What's going on, everybody? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. First of all, welcome back to the TVP Lounge. Hope all of y'all are doing well on this final Friday of 2025. Have no idea where time is flying by to, but it just continues to fly. And today been flying by for me. I low-key, about 45 minutes ago, forgot I was streaming, so I had to get all of this together. So I apologize about the delay. But I'm in the building. What up, everybody? What up? Let me get on camera, actually. I just realized probably should get on screen. There we go. On screen, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Listen, as I always say, if you haven't had a good week up until this point, hopefully you can kick, bite, relax, and enjoy the vibes of this TVP Lounge for this final Friday of July 2025. It's insane how fast time is going. What I got to talk to y'all about? I had literally threw some stuff up in here. Let me see what I got on my notes. Oh, rules on the hand page. Oh yeah, we definitely got to talk about that because I got to get some opinions on the hand page. Uno, I just threw that in the title for real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna laugh about it because we never really dove into that. I think I took that week off when that was going around social media, and then I probably touch on briefly just on this whole Vegas travel and the audience. Obviously, I dropped my videos this week between the strip walk I did about how Vegas is definitely not dead. I wish people would let that go. That ain't gonna go nowhere though, probably. And the final topic is gonna be Vegas. Is Vegas for kids? Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Doing that strip walk video, Instagram conversations have been splendid in a variety of ways this week. So we gonna talk about that. I seen my guy Ace of Vegas popped out of nowhere. Shout out to my guy Ace, man. It's good to see him. Drop a comment. Good to see my dog. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the stream. I definitely want to start with this hand pay talk because I saw this and then it just started going around everywhere. So let me I got a drink today too. I made a little mixed drink today. Leaving my bourbon alone. Trying to be light today. Victoria, what's going on? Y'all know I gotta go through the chat. Happy Friday. Said, make fun of me if you must, but the friends experience will be there when I visit in October. I'm excited. Absolutely. I'm not gonna make fun of you at all. In no way, shape, or form. I am not a Friends fan. I've seen it. Like, I've watched a few episodes here and there. It just wasn't exactly like something I was really thrilled to keep up with on that note. I've had a lot of people talking about it. I'm not gonna say too much. I think I know somebody who's actually going to it next week. I'll be back in Vegas on Tuesday, but I know somebody gonna be out there. But a lot of people are probably excited about it. I think it's a good look, and it's a MGM, so that'll give MGM Grand a reason to get some attention from folks. So that's what's up. You should be excited. I know that's a very legendary show to a lot of people, so that's gonna draw a lot of eyes and attention for sure. Tamara, what's going on? Happy weekend. Salute to you. Happy Friday. Hope all is well. Said you plan to check it out too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are. That's not a surprise to me at all. I've been talking to a couple of people about it over the last few weeks, on the business side of things. And so one of the partnerships I got with somebody, I got a link for the Friends experience. So yeah, y'all go and let me know. I can send y'all my link for that. But yeah, that's going to be a hot commodity for some people for sure. Tina, what's going on? Good to see you as well. Happy Friday. T, what's going on? Happy Friday to you. Hope all is well. Danielle, what's going on? Happy Friday. Good to see you. Pam, what's going on? Happy Friday to see you also. Jack Spade, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Nick, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Happy birthday. Quick question. Victoria and I switched from Aria to Cosmo for a Halloween trip. Did we make a mistake? Nope. Y'all done lost your mind. Why would you ever think switching from Aria to Cosmo during Halloween would be a great idea? Damn. I don't know what to tell you. Man. That's just, woo, Lord have mercy. Hey, but I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Of course y'all did right, man. I just dropped the hotel list, man. Yeah, y'all went from number 4 on my list to number 1. Absolutely, man. Cosmo always a W, so for sure. Especially during Halloween. I think that was the first time. When was the first time I stayed at Cosmo? I think it was Halloween. I gotta go back and look at my footage. This was before I started YouTube. I think the first time I stayed at Cosmo was a Halloween show. I want to say 2015. Me and the squad stayed there. It was the old terrace week before the remodel. So yeah, good job. Salute to y'all for all jokes aside. Good job. Good job. All right. Pam said strollers on the strip gets me every time. Oh, we gonna get to that in the back end of the stream for sure. I'm gonna probably make that the last topic. Kids in Vegas, or not probably, that is gonna be the last topic. So I'm about to go ahead and pull my shot so we can go ahead and get into the stream because I know I'm a few minutes behind. But yeah, Xavier, what's going on? What you said? What that said? Smelly Cat Karaoke Bar in front of Horseshoe is the spot. Hold on, family. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure that I'm well aware of that. Smelly Cat Karaoke Bar? First of all, that name is crazy. A lot too. Hold on, let me do some live research. Oh, I ain't never paid that no mind. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know exactly what you're talking about. I never paid that no mind. All right. Say no more. Karaoke is low key. Karaoke be fun for real. When you with the right people, karaoke can be a vibe. Karaoke got us through the demic. Shout out to my demic squad. Y'all already know if you lived them demic days, Kamu Karaoke over at Plaza was definitely one of the go-tos for sure. Crossover, what's up, OG? Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Hope all is well with you. Said coming in next week. Virgin 3 days, comp no resort fees. That's what's up. Sweet upgrade for $30 a night. That's what's up. Enjoy that, man. I ain't got no knock to Virgin. As long as your mind being off the strip, that's the only thing I really say about Virgin. As long as your mind being off the strip, you good to go. So you good with that? Can't be the sweet upgrade either. Cameron, what's going on? Said one day Diamond won't be entry level anymore to be Diamond Plus. Again, hope all is well. Happy Friday. I refuse to speak that negativity into existence, but I know where you're going with that. I just refuse. We're not gonna do that because getting the diamond is not as easy as it seems. You know, I know the way I talk about it and make it seem like it's easy is not that easy. I just, like everything else, you figure out a way to make a way. Oh, that remind me, I need to update y'all on the multiplier. My bad. I'm glad you talked about that. Let me put notes on this. I need to make sure I update y'all on the multipliers because it is about a month away. Actually, a month to the date, August 25th. Salute to you though, man. Diamond Plus. If you know, if you don't know, that's tough. Tomorrow, what's going on? Happy Friday. Good to see you. Candy, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Salute to you. Shout out to you. I hope everything well with y'all. Said Nick, you level up as fuck. You get to watch Halloween festivities from your balcony. Major W, for sure. I was trying to troll. I can only troll so long. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into topic number one, which is what the hell is the hand pay rules. Hand pay rules. Cheers, y'all. As always, appreciate y'all love and support. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all saw the reel about this, but I just did a quick deep dive. And I wanted to get some opinions from certain people because this kind of can go both ways in a way. So I'm going to explain why. Cheers to y'all first. All right. First question. I'm going to ask the chat before I get into this. Have anybody in this chat hit a hand pay? Just yes or no? I want to start with my experienced folks as I discuss what has changed and y'all thoughts and opinions. Anybody hit a hand pay in the chat? Get a yes or a no if you have or have not. Says in front of Dave's Hot Chicken in the shops. Yeah. Yup. As soon as I saw that map, I know exactly what you're talking about. If you watch Friends, Smelly Cat is not, oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea about that. But there you go. That sounds like a 2-on-1 right there. Oh shit, where's my water? Hold on, I need to get my water. Ro, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you and the team doing well, man. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Deontay, what's going on? Saying happy birthday to anyone. Yeah, if I got any birthdays too, hold on. I gotta get my water. My voice is getting hoarse. If y'all got any birthdays, let me know. I'll be right back. All right, just like that, we back. See my hand pay people. Who hit a hand pay? Because I was talking about the hand pay. I was talking about this topic during this week with a couple of people, and I think we were kind of sharing the same thoughts on this too. I guess yeah. Let me get back on screen. Okay. Any hand pays? I think I saw yes. We got a restricted message. What did that restricted message say? Oh, okay. Yes. Happy Friday. Yeah, what up, Daniel? What's going on? Happy Friday. Good to see you. Hope everything good with you. No hand pay. Shout out to Deb. What's going on? Okay. Well, for those of y'all who might be strolling and I'm asking who hit hand pays, we're going to talk about this new rule. And it's not just in Vegas. This is across from what I saw. Initially, I thought it was Vegas, but then I saw it was an IRS change. So I'm like, well, if it's IRS, then that's across the country. But what happened is the IRS decided, because any of y'all know, if you hit a hand pay, I ain't never hit a hand pay, so I can't speak on hand pay terms. But if you hit a hand pay, obviously $1,200 or more from a bonus, you have to pay taxes on that. Was it the Form WG, I believe? You got what you got to pay for hand pays. So $1,200, and I always thought $1,200 was wild because $1,200, I'm like, depending on what you plan or what you hit, I'm like, you could mess around and hit $1,200, $1,400, you know, just depending on whatever it is. So I was like, $1,200, I mean, that seemed kind of low for a bonus, especially depending on how much you bet. I always thought $1,200 was kind of low. So they said January, I saw this article I pulled said January 1st. I thought I saw January 26th, but maybe it is January 1st. That January 1st, 2026, the threshold will be moved to 2,000. So for all my slot players, and actually this don't even specifically tie to slot players, and I'm gonna tell y'all why, because I know the Bubble Craps phenom has blown up on YouTube. Shout out to the Bubble Craps folks, because you know some of us just don't like playing slots. Yeah, and that be me. You know what I mean? Unless it's multiplier weekend. If it's multiplier weekend, I'll feed them slots. But it's the same thing for bubble craps or like electronic table games. If you hit a win on one bet that exceeds $1,200 or more, it's still a hand pay. So if y'all know how bubble craps and the table games go, you can adjust your bet so that you don't hit that $1,200. Like you might win. Like never mind. Let me not say that publicly. You know, here we go. Me talking too much. But if you know, you know. There's ways to avoid that. But my question to y'all is, now that the threshold has been moved up to 2,000, because when I was talking about it this week, I agree with this person too. It was two people, but it was one person. We had a conversation in depth, and I was like, or their stance was, I don't think 2,000 is high enough of a threshold for you to have to report taxes. So what are y'all thoughts on the threshold? Now, obviously, this is across in every state. So no matter what state you in, like I don't know if the $1,200, I think I've heard in other states is lower than $1,200 depending on where you are. But in Vegas, the $1,200, the threshold is $1,200. So if you hit a $1,200 or more win, then that's a hand pay. What's y'all thoughts on 2K? Do y'all think 2K is low? Y'all think that's good? Like, what are y'all thoughts? And I'm gonna say, in my opinion, I would say, I think maybe $3,500 to $4,000 should be the threshold for paying taxes. And I only say that because I'm like, if you, especially with high limit slots, I guess trying to become a thing on social media, or people, you know, getting some courage to up their bets. Because I'm like, if you go up to like 2 cent denom on slots, or even if you go to 5 cents denom and you up your bets, I'm like, that's gonna double and triple your bets. Like I know when I was watching one of my folks play, once you switch to 2 denom, like on the Dragon Link, the mini go to 50 and then the minor be 100. So it's like, is that really worth 2,000? I'm like, what if you get a nice little bonus? You know what I'm saying? And you betting double. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know. And then same thing, and I always talk about table games to slots, because craps is a prime example of a game where I say, hey man, like at any given time you can have $200, $300, $400 depending on how you playing every single roll. That's why I always was like, when it comes to table games and slot machines, I'm like, it's two different beasts. Like no slot machine, the only people who can compare to a craps table are like high limit slot players. Like if you're doing $150 spins, then maybe, because I'm telling y'all, if you play craps, you know there's times you can have easily $300-$400 in wagers every roll. You know what I mean? And then you're not finna catch people at $200-$300. Imagine, folks with $50 to $100 on the hard ways. That can go a long way. When you see them 200s up there on the place bets, get serious. I checked out Fuel Bar too, and that was a fun place. Free shots for everyone if you make a basket. Oh yeah, I've been, Instagram, TikTok, I already know. I made a reel. Those reels went viral. So yeah, Fuel Bar definitely the way to go. I always tell people to go there because just for the pricing, for the drinks you'll get for sure, and it's definitely a vibe there. Staff cool too, and it seemed like the last few times I've gone to Fuel Bar, somebody has hit the basket and got the free shots for the I call them the bar hero. Said no hand pay. Say hand pays over 1,000. The most I've won at one time was 850. Oh nah, hand pay 1,200. So okay, I got you. Those a couple yeses. Los, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Jack said 2K pretty low as well, but I won't complain. Increase is better than no increase. That is true. That's a good way to look at it. 2K is an increase from 1,200, and I guess if you playing 1 cent, that's actually pretty favorable. Because I feel like the people I've seen who hit hand pays on 1 cent, I haven't seen it over like 2,000. And I'm sure it's possible. People who hit the grand, I've seen the grand. I know it's possible. It seems like the consensus, if people get a hand pay on 1 cent, it do be like close to that 2,000 threshold. I still think just because it factors in every denom, I would say if you're gonna take a slide in, it should be like $4 to $5 grand for real. But I also agree with that too. At least they moved it up to 2,000. You know what I mean? So all the folk who want to low roll and hit big, hey, as long as you keep it under 2K, you don't got to worry about taxes. It said it should be $5 grand. I think who's that? Lifted Views. What's going on? I'm not mad at $5 grand either, especially because of recently I've been seeing folk, since I've learned more about the higher bets on the higher denominations, I've always thought about that. I'm like, yo, if you mess around and playing slots at 5 cents, but you playing like second, so you bet like what, $5, $10 a spin, you could easily pass $1,200. You get a bonus. That's what I've always thought about. That I said that would make me not want to play the high denoms just because you're gonna have to pay taxes. So yeah, I think I would say $5 grand is what it should be. Or they should find a way to account for the denomination. That's what I really feel like. If y'all going, they can just like there's a tax bracket for everybody income, they should have like a tax bracket for every denom. So it's like if they want to leave it 2,000 on 1 cent, then they can make it 4,000 on 2 cents. Like they should make the threshold to match the denom. I really think that's what they should do, but of course they're not gonna do that. 2K though, I think is fair. Threshold 3K, 4K should be fair. Yeah, I agree with that. I think the sweet spot would be 3,500, but I'm not even mad at 3K. 3,500 to 4K, I feel like would be good because it's like if you hit that now, obviously we win $2,000. Everybody happy. I'm gonna tell you right now, $2,000. I don't care how much I got going on. Winning 2 bands, we happy about that. $1,000, I'm happy about 1,000. But being able to win 2,000 and be cool off that would be good. 3,000. You might be feeling some type of way for sure. Say my little 900 win doesn't even concern the IRS, but listen, let me tell you something. $900 a little win to somebody, but to the average person, that's a big win. A lot of people don't even go out to Vegas with a $900 bankroll. So, you know what I mean? You winning $900. Look, this is why I like to speak for the average person. I know we live in the social media world, so we only see the high of the highs, but I tell y'all all the time, social media is the minuscule to the regular person. So social media look great. It's an illusion for sure, but the reality is most folks is not accomplishing much of the stuff you see on social. So if you want 900, be proud of that for sure. Be proud of that for sure. IRS though be like, Rose said 2K low. I think all right. So okay, well good. We had a consensus. I see most of the folks think 2K is low. I agree with y'all too. And I'm not a slot player. I thought about it, one, from watching people who play slots. Like I said, the denom was really threw me off. I was just like, yo, if you playing on a higher denom, you risking a hand pay easily, you know what I mean? But once I start watching the bubble craps boys, you know what I mean, and seeing how like the bets and stuff go on bubble craps, because I was like, this is the prime example of what I be talking about. I'm like, you betting a certain number, and the more you bet on that, the higher the payouts is. So now you got to avoid trying to hit that hand pay, you know what I mean? It's just different business, you know what I'm saying? Like craps, you can literally set up one time. You can put 2,000 in the slot machine, and one roll will put you at a hand pay. And I'm like, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all. Said hit jackpot, so I'm not concerned for sure. That's all that matter. As long as you hitting them jackpots, that's all that matter. Brandon, what's good, man? Good to see you. Well, y'all be retracting these messages. I be pulling them up here on the back screen. Okay. All right, so that's topic number one, y'all. We got a new threshold for my folks who for everybody. We're gonna just say digital gamblers. That's what we're gonna call this, the digital gamblers threshold. Because when you play table games, it's a totally different ball game. This is why I tell y'all, this is why I like table games. Because when you cash out your chips, you cash out your chips. And I ain't gonna go too much in details, but that's a whole different ball game. It ain't no threshold on how much you can win on tables. You can collect infinite chips. Now, when you cash out, with a player's card, of course they'll log it on your player's card. But again, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you probably should know. So, all my digital players, $2,000 will be our limit. Start January 1st. I figured that'd be good news to everybody. Like I said, I'm with the comment about what is it? Jack said that. I'm with this. An increase is an increase. We're not complaining about an increase. So wanted to start there. So congratulations for y'all win, for all y'all who played the digital machines, and some of y'all just got the hot hand. So if you got the hot hand, maybe y'all can avoid some hand pays. Now, move on over here to topic number 2. Now this should be short and brief. Short and brief right here. Short and brief right here. We're gonna talk about Uno. Okay, now I saw this earlier in one of my posts that I shared one of my posts earlier, and this came back up. So I want to touch on this briefly. Uno will, I'll never say never. I'm gonna never say never. Okay. But there was a point where a lot of people were thinking, because of social media posts, and it was a social media, like prime example of somebody post something and it seemed intriguing and get engagement, people would take that and run with it. It was just all over the place. And I ain't see nowhere, not once did it say Uno was going to be a casino game. But that was a temporary trend. When in reality, the company was starting the Uno Social Club. I do think it's dope, honestly, because I say, number one, people need to get outside. You know what I mean? When this will probably be an after party conversation. I seen all this talk about the T app. People doing too much being inside, being on apps. That's a whole nother conversation. But I'm like, people need to get outside anyway. But I think it's cool that they doing something to get people to be social. But it's gonna expand across the US. But Palms was joining the they were the initial to the Uno Social Club. It was actually a contest that was going on, so you had to win to even get into the room or into the suite for it. But they have private dealer and all of that. One of these days I might see if I can sneak in there. I'm gonna have to hit some context, so I low-key want to check it out. But everybody was talking about how they nice in Uno, so let me ask the chat right now real quick. Chat, y'all play Uno, yes or no? If Uno was a table game, would that be a table game that y'all going to play? Because I was seeing a whole bunch of folks talking about how they good, and seeing the talk about Uno made me think about spades. Like, spades I don't think could ever be a casino game, just like I don't think Uno if Uno was a casino game, I'm trying to tell you, I don't even know that I want to play it much, because them card shufflers would be crazy. They gonna have draw 2s, draw 4s on deck, you know what I mean, just straight up. But that'd be the funniest thing. Imagine folk buying in, playing around on Uno. They right there at the end, dealer like, draw 4, say goodbye. You know what I mean? That'd be the funniest thing ever. Finesse Kid, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I see a couple emojis too. What time is it? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. I'll pull this over just so I can have it. Shout out to Finesse Kid. What's going on, man? Hope all is well. Which said people was ready to act up if Uno would have been a table game for sure. Just from the comments that I was getting about it, I said, y'all crazy. I said, see, this is exactly why. They would have to have extra layers of security, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? Folks start wilding, because then you gonna have people talking about, well, you can't stack draw 4s on draw 2s, or you can stack a draw 4 when you do a draw 2. Or, man, listen, they would have to have clearest of the rules. You know what I mean? That'd be a whole different ball game. I see no way, hell no. Y'all, wait, what? Y'all not gonna touch Uno? What? Oh man, y'all would give it a couple rounds. Said I was in Vegas in May and I'll be there in November. When the weather is cool down. Who that? F40, what up? Okay, for sure. I ain't mad at that. So I forgot how to play Uno. Uno like riding a bike. You start playing, boom. All you do match colors, match numbers, draw 2, draw 4. That's Uno. So I love regular Uno, but not that version with the blank wild card or shuffle hands card. Oh yeah, that is true. They have started adding expanded versions to it now. I ain't played Uno in years, but yeah, just like a lot of the games, they've added expanded versions. Yeah, the classics. I feel like what a lot of stuff is always the best. Even classic Monopoly and all that other stuff. Said yes sir, would have been in the mix, and security would have had to be on high alert with them draw fours. Oh yeah, y'all know most definitely, man. But all that is Vegas was launching something that was going to be going around. Like, it's not going to be a table game. It's just in essence a social club. And to be honest, it's not even like a public open social club from what I understood. It was just something that they were letting select people get to experience in Vegas. Even when I went on the website and was trying to like figure out reservations and all that, it just seemed like it was just a giveaway that they were doing to promo the social club. I think LA and Atlanta were the next ones on deck. I don't have them all here anymore. I had them noticed down at one point, but it's something that'll be going across the club. So I mean across the country. I think it'll be cool though for folk who just want to go out and just have fun and hang out, man. It's nice to go outside and just gotta not having to go to a club or worrying about brunch, even though brunch be cool. Don't knock the brunch. But we just want to go out and do something cool, man. So I like that they trying to bring the classes back to get people outside again. I think that's dope. If it'll become a regular thing in Vegas, I definitely think it would be a good thing. It just would have to be regulated. But they did say there'll be various versions of it too. Just like we was talking about how there's different versions of it now. They did say it would be different versions of it. So I mean, of course that could play a factor in the things too. But it ain't gonna be a casino game no time soon. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. It will not be a casino game no time soon. Said, man, people will be putting up their rent money and boom, skip draw 4, skip draw 2. That's a fact. I'm telling you, folk will be so wired to how they play Uno at house rules is what is called. House rules, man. House rules will have to be established before the game starts. But you already know. Folks will be like, oh, I know how to play Uno. I'm nice. And then all of a sudden, because the first thing that came to my mind was them card shufflers. Y'all know how them card shufflers is. If you playing table games, I don't even like sitting at the tables if they got card shufflers. I will if ain't none of the regular ones do, but yeah. That'd be a whole different level of drama for sure. Said I'm cooking all y'all in Uno. Okay. Okay. If you say so, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks in my DMs said the same thing. So everybody can't cook everybody. There can only be one winner. Unless you just consistently lucky. I think 1 or 2 strip casinos should give spades a try. I think it could work. Listen, I'm from the South, y'all know. I'm from North Carolina. Let me tell you something. When it comes to spades, I don't think I would ever recommend the casinos to make spades a game in the casinos. Because number one, there's going to be a whole bunch of problems. Number one, if you can't play, because a lot of people garbage. A lot of people can't play spades. They think they can play spades until they play spades with somebody who can actually play. Like me and my family, it gets serious. Matter of fact, one of my folks is out on a mission right now. I can't say too much about it. He out on a mission right now, illegally. And was just telling me how he's playing spades with some randoms and they was terrible. But you have to regulate that because, you got the big joker, little joker do. Some people don't even play like that because I'm not playing computer spades. But then if your partner suck, you have a problem with your partner. If there are people doing something, that would be worse than Uno. Casinos having spades, nah. If somebody who loves spades, I don't even want to play that. I don't even want to play that. Because then I only want to play with my partner anyway, with people that I know who good. I don't want to play spades with a random. So no. That would not work for me. Me trying to sit down with my partner, unless it's going to be like a waiting line where losers got to get up. Nah, man. Nah. Say if fights be breaking out, that's a fat Victoria for sure. Said Chef Brandon cooking everybody. Okay, what about Tunk? Nope. Absolutely not. Spades? Damn. Nope. No way. Tunk? Nope. Absolutely not. Some people don't even know what Tunk is. Nah, all of them. Uno would be the one I'd be like, that'd be, I guess, better. Cause at least with Uno you can play by yourself. Tongue you can play by yourself too, but spades, no way. Family fight over spades and Uno, no way. Those are good ideas in the casino with strangers. Exactly. That's exactly my stance on that too. So, that was all I wanted to touch on the Uno, just because, with all of in the midst of me posting the Vegas stuff and all of the celebrities who passed away, which by the way, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy, the homie from the Cosby Show. It's been a crazy week of passings for celebrities. It's insane. But while talking about all that, this had resurfaced. So I just wanted to bring this back up because I really think it was the week I skipped the stream that this was going around there. But it would definitely be a problem. Trey Slots, what's going on? Said top 6 video is valid. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. It seemed like a lot of people agree. I seen a couple of comments in the I think I responded to them. There was a couple of comments about some stuff in there that I was a little like, okay. But yeah, appreciate that. Said Uno lead the war. It's on in. That's true. You're right about that. It definitely does. Said last time I played Uno, New Jack City was in the movies. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, that's crazy for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's wild. All right, let me do my plug, and I'm gonna quickly touch on my strip walk video, and then we gonna get to kids in Vegas. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm only doing this just because I appreciate y'all support, and I like to have an open conversation. I have to watch how I'm gonna have this conversation because this is a trigger world right now. Is Vegas for kids? This topic probably gonna get a little sensitive, so I'll probably give a public disclaimer before I get into it. But this is the type of conversation I would have in my after party for sure. Because folks gonna feel some type of way, I'm sure, but I don't care. Plug right now. If y'all in here right now, listen to the stream. If you silently watching the stream and you're not commenting, you're not doing anything, if you could hit the like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. YouTube would appreciate it much more. It helps the videos and the content hit the algorithm. Getting the algorithm helps the channel grow. Y'all could do that for me. I greatly appreciate it. YouTube would appreciate it more. Shout out to everybody commenting. Hey, I like this top fans thing they did too. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like I told y'all, I'm gonna pay attention to it. I pay attention to everything anyway. Comments. I watch all my analytical stuff in the studio. I pay attention to that. But I'll monitor this little new feature that they got and monitor who falls into these top fans week by week. I'll keep my eye on that. But y'all could do that for me. Appreciate it. I think I'm at, where is that right now? 49 viewers. Let's get up to 35 likes. Let's get to 35 likes. And I'd be very much appreciative. 40 would be goated. But 35, we can get 35. 47 or 35, all you gotta do is hit the thumbs up button. It's free. Okay, I guess we can segue to that. Actually, I'm gonna take my shot. For those of y'all who put the emojis, I appreciate y'all, by the way. Cheers to y'all. Appreciate y'all love and support. I ain't gonna lie, playing spades in Vegas would be crazy. But I know a lot of my partners back home might mess around and want to catch a flight to Vegas. They think they can make some money for real playing spades. Cheers to y'all. I appreciate y'all support. And let's talk about the Vegas strip walking, Vegas being dead. All right, so as y'all saw in the video, first of all, I started the video with the wrong date. It's been a real busy week for me, I ain't gonna lie to you. Monday, filming, Tuesday, Wednesday, editing. I had to give myself a mental break Thursday because outside of doing YouTube, I got other stuff I'm worried about. TVP weekend about 2 months away. That shit just slapped me out of nowhere, so I got to go ahead and get all that stuff taken care of, which will be wrapped up very relatively soon. So let's talk about this strip walk idea. So like I told y'all, just like y'all, I be on social media, obviously, because the business, me being in the creator space, I got to be. And so it was my birthday in May when I initially was going to make a reel. I was going to do a reel first, and then I was going to do a video. When the whole Vegas is dead narrative was just going around everywhere. Because I was just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't want to say I don't understand. It blows my mind, honestly, how much social media will truly sway people's opinions. Like, one of my homies I used to be cool with, me and him don't even talk no more. We had a fallout. I ain't talked to him in almost 2 years. But one of my homies I used to be cool with, I used to have this conversation with him all the time, and it low-key used to get on my nerves. I used to be like, why are you so influenced by stuff you see on social media? When there's a real world, it's called open your front door and go outside. Like, why do you let social media weigh so much on your mentality? I was like, that's a weak-minded individual. And it is my homie. We used to talk about it. That's how we used to chop. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you, my boy? Like, dog, let's go out. So these was conversations we used to have behind the scenes. Like, matter of fact, when I used to get off the streams a couple years ago and I was outside all the time, man, we'd be smoking, we'd be drinking, freestyling, rapping when we be lit and just talking about life. And so being in this space, I was kind of like, I told him, like, bro, I'm your boy. Like, this is what I do for a living. I was like, you can't let social media sway you all the time. And so this was a conversation a couple years ago, which brought me to this whole Vegas is dead narrative. Because I was like, how is it that Vegas is dead to all of the people who was posting these videos? Because and watching the comments that y'all drop, by the way, shout out to everybody for all the engagement. I love that for real. I love when y'all drop comments that allow me to communicate with y'all. I don't even get comment replies, so I'll go through and look at the comments. And what the hell is in the background? Oh, okay. I go through and look at all the comments. I told y'all, I look at the comments all the time. But I was like, Vegas is dead means that when you go to Vegas, there's nobody there. Not like Vegas. It'd be different if the narrative was like, man, Vegas is falling off. People not going to Vegas. No, people was talking about Vegas was dead as if it was like demic dead. When I was looking at the videos and there was nobody outside, and I just seen, I posted a video on Wednesday, Tuesday. What's today? Oh, today Friday. I think I posted a video on Tuesday, and then I dropped the other one on Wednesday. So I posted on Tuesday, right? I saw a reel on Monday from a female who said she was in Vegas on Saturday, which is crazy because I had clients on Saturday who had tables. So this is where when I be like,
stop the cap.
Folks gotta stop for real. I got folks who got tables on Saturday. And I had on the guest list. I'm like, I have clients that I deal with every week. So she posted, I think it was a TikTok about how the dead was stripped at like 1 a.m. on Saturday. I'm like, what? I got people outside right now. What? So I was like, yo, how do people not really realize that, yo, these people is just posting anything? Like, I'm telling y'all, and I think some people was posting it where it was just pretty much like they was going outside like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., like during the week when it's super slow, talking about Vegas is dead. When people either are sleep, like normal people, because in Vegas between 3 and 7 is when people either going to sleep or starting to get up. So I'm like, of course it's going to be dead because folks is asleep, especially if it's midweek because there's not much going on. But I was like, okay. Now I filmed the video, was it June? I think I said it was June, but in the video I think I said July. And if y'all, this is how I was like, I know people don't watch my video. In the first 2 seconds, I put the date and the time of when I filmed the video. So this is why I'm like, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, you didn't even watch the video, or you just skip through stuff. And I hate people who skip through my videos and then come back and talk to me, because then I'd be like, now you got to go watch it again. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go walk around the strip, because it was a tattoo convention going on at Planet Hollywood, and it was a whole bunch of kids everywhere, which is going to be the back end of this stream. And I was just like walking around, and I was with my close friend. A lot of y'all know T. Y'all be seeing her in the video. She going to be in the video next week. But we walk around the strip, and I'm like, yo, do people really go to Vegas? Like, do people go to Vegas? I'm like, it's one thing for people like Vegas is slow. You know, it's not as busy as it was, because, you know, there is so much Vegas hate going on right now. I don't understand it. Room rates apparently are the worst. Occupancy, like everything is wrong. Everything is wrong with Vegas, to the point where it seemed like, is the Vegas space telling people to stop coming to Vegas? And if that's the case, why are y'all telling people to stop coming to Vegas? Like, that's the dumbest shit I could see. Why would we be pushing a narrative for people to stop going to Vegas when Vegas is how a lot of people is making money or getting attention? I don't understand it. I did that strip walk so I could just walk around and tell everybody it's a random ass Wednesday. Ain't nothing going on in Vegas. Ain't no headline artists. Ain't no events. Ain't nothing going on. I'm just out here during the multiplier, during the week. Look what the strip look like. You know what I mean? And so when we did that, we kind of laughed about it, because I'm kind of like, I know how social media is As long as you can post something and it get a whole bunch of views, that's where you make your money from. People don't care about authenticity. But then I was like, a big thing that I appreciate about y'all in my community is a lot of y'all are grown adults, a lot of y'all have a brain, and a lot of y'all care about authentic content. So I was like, for the people who actually care about authentic content, let me give them something real. That yes, indeed, what you see on social media is for sure just entertainment. Because a lot of people were sending me DMs, a lot of people were sending me TikToks like, bro, you see what's going on in Vegas? And I was like, what Vegas is? I was like, is this the Vegas in Nevada? I was like, this ain't Las Vegas, Nevada. Like, this must be Vegas, New Mexico. Because I was like, the strip don't look like that. So I did the video. You know what I mean? Glad y'all enjoyed the video. I've been watching the analytics and the feedback. You know, I'm glad that y'all was able to see that. And so I wanted to say this publicly. Vegas is not dead. Vegas will never be dead. Is the tourism in Vegas going down this year? Yes, it has. There's various reasons. And somebody made a good comment. I didn't even think about everything that's going on in the world. International travel isn't like it is this year. Folks from Canada aren't traveling to Vegas like they normally do. I actually got clients from both, so I can speak to that. I didn't even think about that, though. I said that's one thing. But I was like, people still going to Vegas. So I don't get where and why all of this hate for Vegas came from. But it's crazy, and I just can't stand for it. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to be the villain. If you follow me on Instagram, that was why I posted what I posted. Somebody got to be the one to go against the grain, okay? And I'm always going to be the one until I'm done with this YouTube space, which I don't know, maybe I got a few more years. We'll see what the next 2-3 years look like. To go against the grain. You know, y'all going to see this nonsense. Y'all going to see this foolishness. And if y'all ain't understood by now that they posting anything just for y'all to click and comment and share, y'all got to do better, man. Stop believing everything y'all see on social media. Vegas will never be dead unless it's another demic. That's the only time I ever seen Vegas dead. And I actually, when I made that 5 years later video, I was just mind blown at that point what it was like walking the strip with literally nobody. I got footage where you don't see nobody for like 1,000 feet. That was dead, and that was crazy. But again, that was because there was a demic, so people wasn't even going outside. So I wanted to touch on that. Me catch up on the comments, and then I'm gonna briefly get to kids in Vegas, and I'm gonna have to give a disclaimer on that. Maya, what's going on? Where'd I leave off at? Make sure to like, comments. Yeah, shout out my guy Deontay. Appreciate that, my boy. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all we had 35 likes. Y'all real ones for that. I appreciate y'all. See, that's why y'all goated. Said 40 would be great. I just want to get 35. We almost see. I love y'all. Real talk. That's why I do what I do. Stuff like that. It's the little things that matter, man. Little things that matter. So appreciate that. Shout out to Maya. What's going on, Maya? Wow OS. What's going on? Said 100% false narrative. For sure it is, you know. And that's why I always be like, well, y'all say all this stuff, so then what do my videos mean? That I make those videos too? Like I don't be understanding that. KS6, what's going on? Happy Friday. Good to see you as well. Say kids don't belong in Vegas. I don't care how much you try to make it family friendly. It's sad seeing newborns on Fremont or children dragging ass because they are exhausted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna segue there right now. We're gonna go ahead and segue there right now because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's been a big thing going on the last couple of days from Convos since I dropped the video for sure. But I'm gonna have to ask everybody. We're gonna talk about it. Said Vegas was only there during C-19, that right, during the pandemic for sure. More like Vegas is changing. That is what people need to be saying. It is an evolution in Vegas for sure in a lot of different ways. That's a conversation to be had. Chewy, what's going on? Say, what up, TVP? First live in a while. Been too long, man. Shout out to Chewy. Hey, I appreciate you popping in, man. You know, I'm here while I can be. Appreciate you popping in, though. I live here and it's still crowded to me. Granted, it's a little slower during the week, but dead is not, and that's all I was trying to tell people. Please stop saying it's dead. Slow versus dead, two different things. Like, that's all I was trying to tell folks. And of course, during the week is going to be slower during the weekends, and then if it's not as many events going on like it is in prior years, like, there are so many different factors that change the traffic when it comes to visitors in Vegas. There's so many different variables, but dead is crazy. Said it's not dead, but people are definitely not spending like they used to. Again, that's a whole nother conversation, and I agree with that. I completely agree with that. It's a lot of points about how that people have brought up on social media about like Vegas becoming expensive, which I said to a degree, depending on what you're talking about. Corporate greed affecting a lot of things, comps. It's a lot of different things in that regards where I'm kind of like, I can understand that. Who is this? MV Cars, what's going on? Said great perspective on Manny's case. I appreciate that. I ain't talked about that in a while. I'm not talking about it no more publicly. That's an after party conversation, but I appreciate that for sure. Said, listen, when I was there, it was quiet in the AM. Later on, Caesars, Cosmo, Aria, jam packed. I couldn't get on my slot machines. It's not dead. Nah, it ain't dead at all. No, it's not. Sharing this, Karen, share this live. I appreciate that for sure. So I always feel bad. Okay, let's talk about the kids. Cause I owe y'all like 3 minutes, so I was late anyway. All right. Public disclaimer. If you are sensitive, okay. If you take stuff to heart, all right. If something talking about kids and parenting bothers you, you should probably go ahead and hit the back button on your browser. You should probably hit the X on this tab and open another tab, okay? Because what I'm about to say is not to offend nobody. It is just a simple conversation to be had. And this is regarding kids in Vegas, because the conversation came up after I posted the video. I mean, I've been telling y'all, kids is not to be in Vegas to me. That's just my opinion. But we're going to talk about it because, yes, for whatever reason, the foot traffic in Vegas having kids or kids being there has significantly increased over the last year. So I want to open this conversation up to the chat, and I want to ask the folks in the chat, what are y'all thoughts on kids being in Vegas? Because I have a lot of them, and I don't have a lot of time that I'm going to even talk about publicly, nor do I trust people who be in these streams, so I'm only going to go to a certain degree. But I do want to have a conversation, because I think this is a conversation that needs to be had from both sides. No, I'm not a parent. So for all y'all who want to be like, well, you're not a parent, you don't got to understand, please come on in this conversation, because I got something for you too. But no, I'm not a parent. So no, I don't know what it's like to have to decide if I'm going to bring my kid to Vegas or not. And I was trying to tell somebody in a conversation earlier this week, I will never have that problem, because when I do become a parent, my child will never go to Vegas with me unless it's an urgent matter. If I gotta go to Vegas for business, if I'm going for pleasure, there's a aunt, there is a uncle, there is a cousin, there is a grandma, there is some family member that my kid will go stay with while I got to go do what I got to do. And guess what? If none of them is available, I'm not going to Vegas. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay? That's my stance on that. But there's more to it than that. That's just, I wanted to go ahead and start it there, because people love to be like, well, you're not a parent, so you don't understand. It don't take being a parent to understand right from wrong. Our parents teach us right from wrong. Now, you have to be one selfish parent to have kids out at night with the drunks, half-naked people, and X-rated conversations. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. In my opinion, kids plus Vegas don't do it. I agree with that too. Now, this comment, I feel bad for the kids who be out there past their bedtime, because of the parents, you can see the tiredness in their eyes. See, that's the point that I'm going to get to. That's why I said I want to hear y'all's first. Deb is crazy. I'm not going to say that word, but we see what it is. Bump them kids for sure. All right, I hear your take on that. And the kids that run their parents are the worst. That is the one. That is why I say parenting is at a historic worst across the board. In our parenting in our society is at a historic worst, because it's too many of those kids telling their parents what they are and are not going to do, and cry and scream and get their way. My aunts are in Vegas now for Beyonce concert both nights, and they staying at the Wynn and saying it's a bunch of kids running around in the lobby, and it's mind-boggling to them. Said keep them Said keep the snot-nosed humans in Disney World and away from Vegas. Can't wait for all them kids to go back to school. That I do agree with. I can't wait for back to school for real. So if I believe kids should be in Vegas, I would have brought mine to TVP weekend. That's a whole nother conversation. Nah, kids will never come to TVP weekend because they're not allowed. I tell everybody, 21 plus. If you bring a kid, you and your kid are not coming in. Nope. No. Unless you going lead them chilling somewhere. Brought my kids with me earlier this year for WrestleMania. See, There's an exception to the rule. I can understand that. That's a kid event. Have no problem with that. When they say there's exception to the rules, and in the Instagram story when I was talking about that, like I know some parents, like I've learned that some parents have their kids in like travel sports, and sometimes the events travel to Vegas. Completely understandable. Cool. Taking your kids to Vegas is one thing. Having your kids around the casino, having your kids consistently moving around the strip is a completely different conversation. And one thing to take your kids to Vegas, because they got an event, cool. Y'all can stay off the strip. You can stay on the strip. Just keep them out of the casino. Keep them away from the pool. Oh, the pools. Oh, never mind. I don't even want to go there. Where I left off at. Me and wife usually go 3 times a year from Cali. Who did? Oh, Lift the Views. Said taking niece this weekend to the art museum in Area 15. It's a cool one-time experience for kids, but definitely not if it's an adult trip. Okay. Vegas is a cool one-time experience for kids. Okay. To a degree, I respect that because there are things you can take your kids to in Vegas. So if it's going to be a one-time thing, though I don't agree with it, I can respect that. No, I can't bring my kids to Vegas. They would be devastated if they knew what I be doing in Vegas. Oh, no bueno. That's hilarious. But very on point for where I'm finna go when I wrap up this conversation. Kids don't belong in Vegas. You be with someone. Oh, yeah. See, y'all already know for sure. Say leave the kids at home, but if you got to do what you got to do, wrap it up before sunset. Keep them off casino floors, please. That's the comment I've been looking for right there. You gonna bring your kids to Vegas, be a respectable adult. When it's adult time, it made me think about when I grew up. Obviously, I don't know how a lot of y'all grew up, and I'm starting to learn there's a gap in how people was raised and our generations too. Because there was always a time where the parents was like, all right, it's adult time. Y'all need to go to bed or go in the room or like go be around the kids and don't come out here nowhere near none of it. So I'm like, why can't y'all just have your kids in the room before sunset? Let them run around. It's hot as hell. They're going to be tired as hell and run around in all the heat. But anyway, I'm going to keep my stuff minimal. As a former parent of little kids, ain't no damn way, but I think it's a European Asian thing. They do a circuit vacation in the U.S. Disney kids attraction in the U.S. Then hit up Vegas. Okay. I could understand that. Okay, so that'd be like an event. Okay. So I do love kids. However, kids absolutely do not belong on the Strip nor Fremont. Las Vegas is just as if not more expensive than Disney World. Really? I didn't know that. I ain't been to Disney World. Kids have their playground and adults have our own, and that is exactly what Vegas is, an adult playground. And uncle and grandpa, y'all is crazy. Y'all are crazy. I see parents pushing strollers with them babies all knocked out, lean to the side, keep them away. And like I said, in regards to this conversation, just go back and watch my video from a couple days ago. I was pointed out in the video. It was 11:30. It was 11 o'clock p.m. when I started the video. And I'm like, why are kids out on the Strip at 11 o'clock at night? If you got to bring your kids to Vegas because there's an event going on, I can assure you that shit over by 8. Latest 8 o'clock. Why is it 11 p.m. and your kids in the casino around people who smoking, people who drinking, girls out here with them cheeks out, ting-tings looking like a ting? And why you got them on the Strip where they is out here soliciting adult company and these girls is out here in the cheeks trying to take photos? Like, why are y'all couldn't believe it. Like, and it's one thing to see. It was like every few meters. What is going on, man? What is going on? It just blew my mind. I said, so then kids be collateral damage on the Strip. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. True story. I was staying in Planet Hollywood Strip. I listened to I don't even want to say which parent it was, but I listened to 2 parents having a conversation about their kids. It was 3 kids in the elevator. And one of the parents in in simple terms, was pretty much like, they're gonna do whatever we tell them to do. If they tired, they can deal with it. And I got off the elevator and I just was like, wow, man, insane. And that might sound harsh to some people, but it really do a lot of times seem like kids is collateral damage. And that's where I'm just kind of like, it ain't the kids. And that's what I say, why is all these kids? I don't blame the kids at all. The kids have nothing to do with none of this. They just there. Like I never be like, oh my God, why I almost trip over you? I just look at the parents and I just shake my head. And one of them kids almost ran into an elevator as it was closing. And I look right at the parent like, what are you doing? We got 3 people in here. One of the dudes was wasted. Bro almost spilled his beer on one of the kids because his kids ran into him. And then they wanted to look at him. And we looked at them like, y'all are crazy, by the way. And they be bumping into my ankle since I'm short. I be one. That is one thing I think is bad too. The kids that be running around all over the place and actually running into adults. Like I've seen that multiple times. Like I've seen multiple kids like free range just running into random people, knocking drinks and stuff over. And it just blow my mind. This is why my stance is like it is, man. I don't think the kids should be there. And it's the biggest reason is because y'all parents, and I say y'all in a general term, not all, y'all general, not all, can't control y'all kids. Y'all can't control y'all kids. Y'all need to don't stop coming to Vegas, straight up. Because I'm not a kids guy. I don't even like being around kids. But I got respect for kids in the sense of it's not their control how their lives are moved. They parents. It's the parents' job to guide them. So when y'all be like, you don't know nothing about being a parent, I know everything about being a parent. Number one, that the responsibility is 100% on the parent. I know that for sure. So everything this kid doing is your fault. That's the one thing about parenting I know for sure. I can blame you for everything your kid do. Straight up. And allowing them to be going up to random strangers and doing and touching random stuff and playing in cigar and cigarette ashtrays and stuff just be wild to me, man. Yes, Adventure Dome is definitely for the kids for sure. That's why I like when people like I have my conversations with parents and stuff. I'm like, yo, if you got to bring your kid to Vegas, go to Circus. Go to Circus. They got the Adventure Dome. And some of these other places got an arcade. Go to the places they got an arcade, but don't be on strip. I tell people that straight up. I'm not gonna be the one. I'm not gonna be the one to do business promoting bringing kids to Vegas. No, not me. Not on this side. Somebody else can help y'all with that. But if it's like in situations that was brought up earlier, like if you come into town for a couple days because your kid got like a ballerina concert or a sporting event, cool. I respect that. You know, take them to Circus, Excalibur. Take them over there, Luxor. Nah, maybe not Luxor. Luxor done got crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Luxor getting ratchet. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Luxor been acting a fool the last few months. Maybe Excalibur, Circus. Circus for sure. Just let them run around the Adventure Dome, slots of fun, call it a day. And that'd be that. If you bring your kids to Vegas, there is no adult time. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Parents are bringing their kids to Vegas and having adult time. And the kids, as somebody said earlier, I think it was Deb who said that, the kids just be sitting in the stroller, be sitting off to the side while the parents is having a ball. Like the conversation, one of the parents was highly intoxicated. I was like, man, that's crazy. You highly intoxicated with your kids and your girl. You know what I mean? That crazy. I mean, that'd be crazy. Just turn around and give them the glare. Hey, nah, be careful with that, because then the parents want to think it's your fault. Too many parents act like they don't know how to or what goes on down here. Keep them kids with a babysitter. All right, let me get through this. Chat, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna move to the after party because this is a to be continued conversation. Because there are some things that need to be said that I will not say publicly in regards to some of y'all comments, because y'all are spot on. I ain't gonna lie with a lot of the stuff y'all are saying. The babysitter conversation came up, and I was just kind of like, I feel like the responsible thing to do if you don't have a babysitter, if it's not urgent, is not go to Vegas. That's just, again, what do I know? I'm not a parent. You ain't got a kid. I thought that'd be the responsible thing. Keep your kids safe. Cause what you gonna do if one of these random, since everybody loves social media so much, y'all so fascinated and controlled by social media, what y'all gonna do when one of these big fights break out and your kids around and one of these folks run and knock over your kid? You wanna jump in a fight? No, you're not. So I look at it from that perspective. Like, keep your kids out of bad potential situations, because it gets real busy in Vegas for real. Not even on like a negative turn, just there's so much different activity going on, and when people get intoxicated, you never know. Somebody said 24-hour daycare in Vegas. Oh, that's kind of lit, low key. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh nah, I'm gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna make note of that. I ain't finna lie to you, because I got some people I work with right now. I'm for sure about to talk to them about that. That's crazy. 24-hour daycare. I mean, it is Vegas. You know, Vegas is the city that never sleeps. All right, good luck on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You get a dub for that. Teenage boys all love Vegas. I remember 14 years old watching Vegas on National Geographic. I can't wait to go there. I know that for sure. Parents had a nerve to get up. Get upset at the adults bump into their people. Adults for their kids bumping into people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. I guess it won't be no TVP juniors. Not in Vegas. Hell no. A ballerina, you know what I mean? Everybody got every reason for why they bringing their kids. Hey, I just say, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna wrap it up on this part. Am I caught up on the comments? Yeah. Have a great weekend, you too. That's why I like circa 21 and up. That's a fact for sure. If this is how it's gonna be, I hope a lot of hotels start implementing the 21 and up rule for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the exchange. Y'all keep bringing kids, cool. Make these hotels 21 up. Limit how many hotels that will allow folks under 21 to be in. Say, too many parents today are selfish and want to put their own gratification before their children's safety. I can already tell by my back end, some folks is in here triggered. Y'all'll be alright. The truth hurts, man. But guess what? There's always rooms to improve. You know what I mean? Moments don't last forever. Moments are temporary. But that's a fact. And that's just the reality at the end of the day. Parents are selfish. Very selfish. And might not even realize it, but y'all are definitely doing a lot of harm to y'all children that don't even realize. The exposure, I always tell people, I remember the things I went through and saw as a child that I carry into my adulthood. Some people call it trauma. For me, I call it learning experiences and education, because I saw it at a young age, so now I know what it as an adult, how that looks. And that's what y'all exposing y'all kids to. A 5-year-old wanting to go to bed, mommy and daddy, I'm tired. Or just drink some water or play with your toy because you want to play on the slot machine. That shit is crazy to me. But let me get up out of here. Appreciate y'all vibing and rocking with me, man, as always. Again, we just having an adult conversation. But again, you know, that can only go so far publicly, which is why we will continue this in the after party, because there is more to be said. But to the rest of y'all, appreciate y'all support. Hope y'all hand paid, stay under 2 bands, January 2021. I mean, January 1st, 2026. I don't know where the hell 2021 came from. January 1, 26. 2K threshold. Don't take no day for granted, man. Tomorrow, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, that's going to be my message that I continue to leave with y'all as I get up out of here. Tomorrow's not promised. Don't take no day for granted. And cherish your loved ones, no matter how old they are. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all be safe. I'll holler at y'all same time next Friday. Y'all be back on Thursday. Yeah, same time next Friday. I'll be back here. After party people, I'll see y'all in a few.